Hi everyone, my new single Ephemeral has just released on all the major streaming platforms, so you can listen to that now on Spotify, Amazon, YouTube Music, Apple, all the rest of them. I wanted to just take you behind the scenes and give you a little bit of background on the song, how it came about, the structure, the recording and some of the production, and overall the evolution of how it sort of started as a kind of minute and a half piece of piano music that I wrote 12 years ago while I was in school, to the song that it is today.
Sides of the sea.
So what you're kind of listening to in the background now is that first piano idea, that sort of seed of this entire song. It really was just a kind of lovely sort of minute and a half piece of piano with some strings and I sort of didn't really have anywhere to put it at the time. It didn't sort of fit naturally with anything that I was doing otherwise musically. Fast forward a few years to 2014, 2015, I was at university and I was producing a lot of drum and bass. And I tried putting it into a song as a kind of introduction for a drum and bass track before a big sort of disgusting drop. And unsurprisingly, it sort of didn't work in that context either. Playing in the background now, you can hear the sort of second incarnation of this song, and it sort of makes me kind of cringe to listen back a little bit. It sort of has that kind of sort of fairly dramatic introduction from that piano with those lovely sort of epic soaring strings before going into a sort of tearing neurofunk style drum and bass drop. Probably for the best that one never came out. After university in 2018, I finally went back to that idea one more time, and that was the point at which I'd started playing a lot more guitar and singing again. And at this point I sort of realised, okay, this is going to be probably quite a long song. I want to do something with a lot of kind of different sections to it, or kind of a weird structure. And I just started experimenting in the studio, playing acoustic guitar sort of motifs, riffs over the top, and again, I wanted to sort of preserve that drum and bass element to it. I didn't want to completely lose that, but I wanted it to feel more like a sort of singer-songwriter song rather than a kind of dance music song. Clocking in at 7.5 minutes, it's fair to say the song has a fairly unusual structure. It sort of starts with a fairly standard introduction of piano and synths and pads before going into a verse, but then it has a kind of 16-bar sort of instrumental section of drum and bass, you know, just break beats and acoustic guitar riffs and sort of drones before building up into a sort of bridge before the first chorus. And that chorus takes until just under 2 minutes to kick off, so not exactly radio friendly. I was really influenced by the sort of progressive rock sound of the 1970s. I used to absolutely love those outrageously long songs that would often be like kind of 15 minutes, and they'd keep you guessing with the weird structures and the extended instrumental sections and the extended synthesizer solos or whatever. But I didn't want to do anything kind of ridiculously long, 10 minutes plus I would sort of count that as, but at kind of 7.5 minutes it's still a pretty long song. I wanted to keep it hooky though, I wanted to keep it catchy, and whilst there are multiple different sections, I want it to feel like it kind of gradually sort of builds and then breaks down, and really kind of capture that sense of ebb and flow that I think those bands like Pink Floyd and King Crimson and Genesis were just real masters of. The way I kind of achieved that was often by bringing in multiple styles. So the song itself blends together elements of kind of rock, pop, classical, drum and bass, and it's all kind of got a very sort of polished and produced sound to it. So almost kind of modernising an older style. So that was a little look behind the scenes of Ephemeral Eyes. I'm going to be going into a lot more detail on the production, the mixing, the vocals, the recording, and stuff like that in some future videos over the next several weeks. So please give us a like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.